Hey there, fourth grade. So today I'm going to talk about dividing using the area model. So just as a reminder, when we used area model to multiply, we split up numbers. We're basically doing the same thing with division. We're still using multiplication to solve division problems because if you don't know, multiplication and division are inverses of each other, meaning they're opposite. So you can use multiplication to solve division and you can use division to solve multiplication. Now, I'm going to introduce something that you may have heard of before and you may not. This is a word called a remainder. A remainder means it's something that is left over. So we're going to look at 2-digit divided by 1-digit division problems with numbers left over. So first, we'll just kind of I'll show you an example. So we still draw a box just like this, just like a little rectangle just like that. Okay, and we still will have something like 29 divided by 4. So we do the same thing in division with area model as we did in multiplication with area model. There are just a few little differences. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our 2-digit number just like this and we're going to separate it by tens and ones. So the 2 in the tens place has a value of 20 and the 9 in the ones place has a value of 9, just like that. So here's where the difference comes in. Instead of putting the 20 and the 9 on the top of our box, we're going to put the 20 and the 9 inside of our box. So 20 goes here and 9 goes over there. And remember, we have to draw a line to separate them just like that. And make sure that your larger number has a larger space because that's what area is, how much space something takes up. 20 is bigger than 9, so its box is larger. Now, this number right here, this is called a divisor. The divisor still goes on the outside of our box. I'll write it right here. Now, it looks similar, but it's a little different because remember in multiplication, the products go inside of the box and nothing has really changed as far as that. The products go inside the box. So now what we're looking for are factors. Factors that when multiplied by this number right here will give us the product inside. So we are looking for the numbers that go right there on the top of our box. So here's where multiplication and division kind of interact right now. We have to decide what factor that will go right here multiplied by 4 will get us to 20 or as close to 20 as possible. Okay, the closest number. So I can look at this and I think, okay, what number times 4 is going to give me 20? If you know your math facts, you're already going to know that 5 times 4 is going to give you 20. So I'm going to write the 5 on the top. That's my first number. And just like in area model multiplication, what we're going to find to put inside the middle is basically just checking our work. 5 times 4 is 20. I have written that right underneath my original number. Now, before I can move on, I can't have anything left over in this box. If I have something left over, I have to do something with it. So I'm going to subtract here. 20 minus 20, well, it all goes away. That's equivalent to 0. So now I know that I can move on to the 9. Now I have to think to myself again, what times 4 is going to get me as close to 9 as possible without going over? So I think I know my math facts. Okay, 4 times 1, that's 4, okay. 4 times 2, that's 8, okay, but let's keep going just in case. 4 times 3, that's 12, that's too much, I've gone over. So I'm going to use 4 times 2. So I'm going to write 2 up here, and then I'm going to act as if this is a area model of multiplication, and I'm going to multiply the number on the side by the number up top. That is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. So I'm going to write it underneath. Now, just like I did over here, I'm going to subtract. So I subtracted here. I'm also going to subtract right here. 9 minus 8 equals 1. So this is what I have left over, but nothing multiplied by 4 is going to take this away because 4 times 1 is 4. That's too much. So this is what we call a remainder. I want you to say that word to yourself, remainder. That means what's left over, okay? So in order to find our quotient, which means an answer to a division problem, I have to take the two numbers I put up here and I have to add them together. So 5 plus 2 is 7. But I can't leave my remainder out. He still matters. So my answer to 29 divided by 4 is going to be 7, remainder 1. That means there's 1 left over. And the way to check my work is this way. I can use multiplication to check just really quick. So the remainder always is going to matter. But I'm going to take my quotient, which is my answer, and I'm going to multiply it by this 4 right here to check my work. 7 times 4, which we know our multiplication facts, is 28. But that doesn't quite add up to 29. What did I forget? I forgot to take my remainder and add it to this product. So we know that 7 times 4 plus 1 plus that remainder is going to equal 29. So my problem checks out. And this is the way I would say this answer. 29 divided by 4 equals 7, remainder 1. Hopefully that makes sense. Have a great day.